I'm about to walk you through the exact workflow I use to snag the best bits from your gameplay and instantly turn them into juicy short-form content. Forget grinding for traction on long streams because nobody scrolls past 2-hour VODs anymore. They are looking for those quick, hype-filled moments. First up is capturing the moment, and we'll start right inside OBS Studio, though the same idea applies to Streamlabs if that's your preferred tool. You need to navigate to the settings menu, select the output tab, and change the output mode from simple over to advanced mode. Once advanced mode is unlocked, you'll find the crucial replay buffer tab which needs to be toggled on immediately. Set your maximum replay time to capture a good window. Aiming for about 60 to 90 seconds is a solid starting point before hitting apply. A quick word on buffer size versus system memory. The default setting is often too small, so you should really bump that value up a bit. After testing a few setups, my personal sweet spot lands me around 1 GB of memory for an 80-second buffer, keeping my system stable. If you are running a beefy rig with plenty of available RAM, feel free to push that allocation even higher for longer clip storage. Now switch over to the recording tab because splitting your audio tracks is genuinely a game changer for post-production quality. I personally enable at least 2 tracks, placing my microphone audio on track 2 and the desktop or game sounds on track 3. This separation allows you to independently crank up or duck the game audio without messing with your commentary level in the final edit. Separating those sources makes simple tasks like noise reduction and precise leveling significantly easier down the line. Ensure your recording format is set to something universal like MP4, which is my personal preference for broad compatibility. Check your encoder settings, preferring NVENC if you have an NVIDIA card, or falling back to X264 otherwise. Finally, confirm your recording path so you always know exactly where those precious captured clips will land on your hard drive. Head over to the General tab under Output and activate the checkbox to automatically start the replay buffer anytime you begin streaming live. If you are only recording offline, you can always trigger the buffer manually before you start your session. Go to the Hotkeys section and scroll down until you find Replay Buffer Save Replay to bind a key you won't accidentally press. I personally use the minus key on the numpad because it stays safely out of the way of my main gaming controls. Once the buffer is active, pressing that single designated key instantly dumps the last end seconds into your designated recording folder. Capture is complete, which now leads us to the messy part, transforming that raw clip into something ready to go viral on social media. You could spend 20 minutes chopping and cropping in Premiere or DaVinci, or you can simply drop that saved file into Vizard to handle the bulk of the work. My typical flow involves dragging that replay file directly into the Vizard interface, or linking it if it's saved on a cloud service. Vizard immediately analyzes the footage, searching for spikes in motion and loud audio to pinpoint the highest engagement moments automatically. The AI then presents several suggested short clips to you, instantly giving you a starting point for the polish. Although the AI isn't always perfect, it successfully nails a surprising number of absolute bangers right out of the gate. From there, you can quickly trim an extra second, crop to the perfect vertical format for TikTok or Reels, and add captions. Because we split the audio in OBS, the mix is clean, letting you lower the game volume while keeping your voice commentary loud and crystal clear. Vizard then seamlessly merges all those final adjustments into one single, export-ready file tailored for your target platform. One feature that genuinely saves me several hours of work is Vizard's auto-edit viral clips function. I used to manually create the 916, 11, and 69 versions, which was an absolute nightmare of repetitive work. Vizard handles all those necessary aspect ratio conversions automatically and even provides presets to maintain a consistent visual style across everything. The auto schedule feature is another massive time saver once you have a batch of fresh clips ready to go out. You simply set your desired posting frequency and Vizard queues everything across the connected social platforms automatically. This means you don't have to constantly babysit posting times or remember to upload that third clip at 3 in the morning. The content calendar view is truly the chef's kiss, centralizing all your scheduled posts into one organized screen. Here you can easily drag and drop to reorder posts, tweak captions, or swap out a thumbnail before it goes live. This centralization prevents you from accidentally spamming your audience with 3 identical clips back to back. Now, let's be real for a second because there are definitely other tools available for clipping highlights. Copying is popular for simple edits, but it becomes surprisingly expensive once you need batch exports or higher resolution output. Descript excels at transcript-driven edits perfect for podcasts, though it isn't optimized for visually finding hype moments in gameplay. Then there's the traditional route with Premiere or Resolve, which are powerful but demand a massive amount of manual, time-consuming effort. If you are a solo creator trying to build momentum, you simply cannot afford to spend hours chopping up every single clip. Vizard manages to sit right in that sweet spot. Smarter than basic web editors, yet much faster than manual NLE workflows. It feels purpose-built for streamers who want consistent short-form content without becoming a full-time editor overnight. To be fair, Vizard isn't a magic bullet. It won't always select the exact moment you envisioned, so some quick fine-tuning is still required. However, the amount of daily grind this tool removes from your production schedule is truly significant. Let's run through a real-world scenario. I just saved a clutch 1v4 replay from OBS and imported it straight into Vizard. The software instantly scans the file and suggests a 20-second highlight exactly where my reaction and the action both peaked in intensity. I select that suggestion, choose the TikTok vertical template, quickly clean up the auto-generated captions, and pick a thumbnail. Then, using the calendar, I schedule that clip to go live tomorrow during prime engagement time, and that's it. No more trimming in Premiere, no fiddling with aspect ratios, and absolutely no manually uploading 3 different files to 3 different places. Here are a couple of quick practical tips to maximize your results with this setup. First, try to keep your OBS scene layout consistent so the AI doesn't get confused by moving overlays when cropping your face. Second, always remember that good separated audio tracks fundamentally improve the final quality of every single clip you produce. Lastly, don't just trust the auto captions blindly, always skim them to fix any typos or punctuation errors so the final product looks professional. So, using OBS to capture and Vizard to handle the cutting and scheduling has become my ultimate go-to workflow. This approach lets me focus on my long-form content while still feeding shorts and reels with minimal extra effort on my part. If you want to experiment, start by setting a modest replay buffer, splitting those audio tracks, and binding a safe hotkey. After that, just let Vizard take the very first pass at cutting and formatting the best moments for you. You are guaranteed to save hours of editing time, and trust me, your social media engagement will definitely thank you for the consistency. If you're curious to see more, I've linked a resource below where you can poke around Vizard yourself. I started casually using it to save time, but I ended up growing my clips reach simply because I could post so much more consistently. This isn't some hard sell, just genuinely sharing something that worked for me to turn long streams into constant bite-sized content. So that's the full loop: OBS capture, split audio, save replay, import, let the AI cut, tweak, and finally schedule everything out. If you want to follow up, let me know and I can drop a deep dive showing my exact project settings and caption hacks. For now, get that replay buffer set up, bind your hotkey, and start saving those moments before they disappear forever. Your future TikTok algorithm will definitely start sending you digital thank you notes for feeding it good content. Alright, that covers everything I wanted to show you today, so catch you all in the next tutorial or video.